What's up guys, Syiler here. We're continuing our Red Proto-Drake achievement guide series. Once you do all the achievements under the glory of the hero, you will be awarded with the Red Proto-Drake. And in this video we're going to be continuing that with the Oculus. And there's 5 achievements you're going to be able to get here total. Experienced Drake Rider, Make It Count, Red Ruby, Ruby Void, Emerald Void, and Amber Void. Now, this will take you 4 days total to complete, and on one of the achievements you will need some help. And if you don't know where the Oculus is, it's just to the left of Burian Tundra in Caldara, and it's in the Nexus, and it's the sort of second dungeon upwards. There's 3 in a row, and it's the middle one. Make sure you are on Heroic difficulty by right-clicking on your character portrait and selecting Dungeon difficulty Heroic 5-man. So now that we're inside, we're going to run through and pull all this trash, because we are level 90 and we can deal with it all. You can click the portal until you're out of combat, so I just pull them all back here, wait for them all to come, and then I can run forward and AoE them once they're all grouped up. They don't do any damage at this level, so you don't really need to worry about that. Now, I did say it will take 4 days, and that's because you need to do the Amber Void, Emerald Void, and... No, sorry, you need to do the Amber Void, Emerald Void, and Ruby Void, which you can do in 1 day. And then you need to do Experienced Drake Rider, which means you need to kill the boss using each one of the drakes. So on the first day you'll do Amber Void, and Ruby Void. And then the next day you'll do one part of the Experienced Drake Rider, for example the red. Second day you'll do green, and then the third you'll do amber, for example. Now the left drake, there's 3 NPCs after you kill that boss. The left one is the emerald, the middle one is the ruby, and the right one, sorry, is the amber. So it doesn't matter what one you pick for the first day, because we're just going to be doing the Make It Count achievement. Sorry, we're going to be doing the Amber Void, Emerald Void, and Ruby Void. There's too many achievements in this place. But yeah, it doesn't matter what drake you pick for the first day. But the days after that, you will need to pick a specific drake for what you need for the achievement, essentially. So the next part of this dungeon is to kill these constructs. You need to go around and kill all the constructs in the dungeon, and they're on the same kind of level. Like there's 4 tiers to this dungeon, and they're all on this sort of second tier. So you can literally stay on the same height level, and you'll find them all. As you can see, the next ones you do need to mount up and go to them, but they're on the same level as the other ones. So now we've only got 3 left, and then once we kill these we can get to the second boss in the dungeon. So it's going to fly through, and don't worry too much if you aggro a drake, they're very easy to kill on or off your mount, so we don't need to worry about that too much. And then we can head over to the boss and kill him very quickly. Now, one of the achievements in here is also Make It Count, which means you've got to kill the last boss within 20 minutes. But this run took me about 10 minutes, and that was with me messing around and not really, tabbing out and things like that and stopping the recording. So it should take you 5-10 minutes at most, maybe 15 at a push, but definitely easily soloable. You should not need to worry about the 20-minute timer at level 90. Unless you may be a healer, you might struggle a little bit. I would recommend going to a DPS or tanking spec, but for the most part you should be fine. I mean, the mobs don't really have much HP anyway. So once you kill all these, we can head to the middle platform and finally fight the boss. As you can see, there he is. Fly over here, and then we can finally face him. Now, once you get into 1 HP, he won't actually die. He can't die until he's done his explosion. So you will need to wait till he does his explosion. Then once he comes back, that's when he can actually die. So don't worry too much. It's not a bug or anything. It's just the way the boss works. I guess he can't actually be killed too early. So now he does his explosion. And then he's back, and now we can kill him. So that's all the bosses and things out of the way. We are now up to the last boss, and in this run we are going to be doing the Emerald Void, Amber Void, and Ruby Void, which is to kill the boss without using a specific drake. And you may be thinking, well, you are using a drake. Well, we're not going to be. So what I do is I aggro the boss, and then I pull him down to a level where I can actually DPS him off the mount. So I drag him down, I kind of kite him down, and there we go, he's in perfect range for me to actually dismount and kill him. And if you kill him off the mount with no one else in the dungeon on a mount, then you'll get the achievement for killing him not using a specific drake, because you're not on a drake. And that happens if you die as well. If your drake dies but the boss still dies, that'll count as you weren't using that drake, so keep that in mind. So we've killed him off the mount, and that will give you the Amber Void, Emerald Void, and Ruby Void all in 1 day. And then the next 3 days you'll need to do Experienced Drake Rider. Now with Experienced Drake Rider, the Amber and Ruby can be soloed, but the sorry, the Emerald and the Ruby can be soloed, but the Amber can't. You'll need a friend to help you with that one. It's too difficult. The Drake just doesn't do enough damage. It basically relies on someone else to do more damage. And if there's no one else there, it doesn't put out enough damage. So if you get a friend in, you'll easily be able to do that one, but for the most part, for everything else, you can solo it. So now we're going to take a look at how to solo the boss on the Emerald Void, and I'm not going to show you how to solo it on the Ruby Void, but I'll explain that as we're doing it. So there's Experienced Drake Rider. As I said, you will need to take 3 days to do that, and what you'll do is pick up a different Drake every single day. Come inside, and there you go. So we are doing this on the Emerald Drake because I find this kind of difficult compared to the Ruby. That's why I wanted to show you how to do it. So basically what you want to do is use your first ability on all the mini Drakes twice, just so you're getting the leech off them, and then you want to put 3 stacks of it on the boss, and you want to be using the Nightmare on cooldown on the boss. And basically you'll be leeching enough HP off all the mobs to not really take damage. You'll be killing them over time as well, and you'll also be DPSing the boss down. It will take quite a while to do, but you know, it's not difficult. I'm not really losing any HP, it just takes some time to do. As you see, I'm tabbing through all the little whelps, putting 2 stacks on them, tabbing to the next one, putting 2 stacks on that, and then trying to keep my 3 stacks on the boss. If they fall off, just get them up as soon as possible back on the boss. If you are trying to solo this on the Ruby Void and you're struggling, basically just use your cleave ability on the whelps, and it'll chain over to the boss, and it does more damage like every time it jumps. So if you hit a whelp, it'll hit a whelp, and then the boss, and it'll do a lot of damage. So you don't want to aim it on the boss, you want to use it on the whelp, and that's for the Ruby Void. And then as I said, for the Amber, sorry, not for the Ruby Void, but for the Ruby Drake. And if you want to do the Amber, as I said, you will need to bring a friend for that one. It should be fairly simple with 2 people, so I'm not going to explain how you need to do that. But make sure your Drake doesn't die, because if it dies, then it counts as you've not killed him on a specific Drake, so keep that in mind. And it does take quite a while to kill on the Amber, as I said. This is kind of difficult if you don't actually know what you're doing. But there you go. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this guide has helped you out. As I said, it will take 4 days. On the first day you'll do Amber Void, Emerald Void, Ruby Void. And then on the second, third and fourth you'll be doing the Experienced Drake Rider, and you'll use a different Drake each day. So thanks for watching, guys. Look out for more of these guides coming soon. See ya!